gorgeous. We brought soap with us, and very pretty. A lot of monitor lizards, monkeys, birds, and very pretty freshwater lake you'd never expect to find. So we'll get a shot from the other side in a little bit, but we just finished our trip up the Malacca Straits, and it was uneventful, which is great. We'll tell you more in a little bit. I don't know whether it shows up, but there are a number of resorts around the corner we'll probably get a shot of, and an awful lot of Japanese tourists, I guess, and they bring them over here by boat, and they're at the other side of this lake. Well, we finished our freshwater swim, which is gorgeous, and we're in the midst of the prettiest anchorage we've seen in quite a long time. So I can give you an idea here. Rock formations are magnificent, and we're just kind of poking around in the dinghy. I think we'll spend a few days here. Right in that cut is where we went for our freshwater swim. A bit of a climb up the limestone, but just the other side. A climb down, and love the swim. Yeah, that's all right. And that's Kontiki, which is Tony and Teresa. He's from Cornwall and she's from Holland originally. Married, they've been out 2 or 3 years. Zero in on sea shanty there someplace. Yeah, that's sea shanty. And then Rai Riva, a couple from the coast. Peter and Sandy and their dog Bundy. We'll get a shot of them later. They came to Southeast Asia, I think it was about 10 years ago. Scott and Kitty Kuhner saw them the first time they made a circumnavigation. And the second time they went around, which was 7 years later, they saw them again in Southeast Asia. They'd lapped them. Right in this spot. Scott and Kitty were right here as well. Beautiful mountains here. A lot of little islands. And we swing around. That's Caviar, Australian couple that we're sailing with. And they've got 2 guests aboard for a couple of days. A lot of fun. And they're headed across the Indian Ocean with us. That's Sequel, Sandy and Sydney. Sandy Van Zant was a sailmaker, built his own boat from scratch, designed it. Has twin side-by-side centerboards. She's made of steel, very fast, needless to say. Sails are always in great shape. They're a lot of fun, and we've been doing a lot of cruising with them. They are headed with us to Sri Lanka, and then on to Aden, and then up the Red Sea and into the Mediterranean. We have about the same schedule. Not often that we have so much company, but this is such a pretty anchorage that people kind of come in here and stay. Okay, we'll give you...
This morning of this cut, here's a catch coming through. It's between a larger island and a smaller island on the starboard side. Pretty neat spot, though. It's where Rai Riva and Aura 2 and a couple other boats are. But sure is a great area.
That's Bundy and Sandy. He's just come back from a trip ashore, headed towards their home, Rai Riva. They've been out for, how long, 15 years? Anyway, Bundy's accustomed to almost any mode of travel to shore. Loves the boat.
For what? Yeah. Looks a little like a drowned rat.
It's cool. Well, we're still below Langkawi. I'm just hoping that that osprey comes toward us. Really a beautiful sight.
might be an eagle.
Yeah, it could well be an eagle. Here he comes. Yeah, I think it is an eagle. Oh, he's certainly performing for us. Well, anyway, this is a gorgeous area. There are about 100 islands around Langkawi, and it's just beautiful. Limestone caves, and you could spend a month in this group of islands in Malaysia. I'll just get an idea what it looks like here. Looking at sea eagle who's just gotten himself a small fish. Just when we get the camera out, here he goes. Maybe he'll go after something else. Not a little bit, maybe.
Going right at us now.
Oh, there he is. We're on our way over to have a drink with Bjorn and Peter.
Oh, see the end. Here's the end.
No, I don't see him now. We're now in Thailand, still in the Malacca Strait, along the Malay Peninsula, but quite a difference in topography, as you can see in a moment. These are limestone structures that are just gorgeous. We really have enjoyed sailing around them. Cruising has been just beautiful. Yesterday, we had up to 43 knots in puffs, down to 0, and wind all over the lot. 2 reefs in the main, staysail set, and 0. Tacking. It was a big workout. But today is a lot easier for some reason or other, don't know why. Lovely area. We're not far from Phuket. I'd say about 80 miles. We'll make a stop between here and there at a little island called Ko Phi Phi Don. Ko Phi Phi Don. That'll be nice language. It should be very pretty. Interesting to notice the different types of fishing boats you come across and how localized they are. In Thailand, they fish. Now this is the larger of 2 sizes we generally see, but they fish at night in both cases, but with lights. And that whole array on top probably has 100 lights on it. Big, very, very bright spotlights that aim toward the water, and then they set nets out. The lights attract the fish, and they crawl a bit. They don't do this in Malaysia or in Indonesia. Now, the other thing they do here is, this guy didn't. They seem to enjoy coming as close as possible. Just at first it was curiosity, but it's just kind of a game. And when you change course to avoid them, they just kind of they alter their course just a little bit so as to miss your stern or your bow by sometimes 15 feet. Well, at night it's more than a little unnerving. Common boat. This is out of focus, unfortunately. Yeah, this isn't going to work. We'll catch a better one later. It's called a long tail because they've got an outboard motor, diesel one-cylinder, with a long, long shaft that they just level into the water. I'll catch it later. Well, I'm not sure whether this is coming through, but here's a picture of what they call longtails here. And that's a one-cylinder diesel. I can't get the focus to stay in here. That they lower into the water. And sometimes those shafts are as long as 15 feet. They're water cooled, and a pipe just hangs over the side of the boat on one side and out the other. And that just keeps running. The propeller just turns all the time. They lift it out of the water sometimes, put it back in. But it always, the propeller itself is in a cage, and it's generally about 10 to 15 feet behind the boat. It could always be like this. We have about 20 knots of wind. We're doing between 8 and 9 knots. And we're in Thailand on the Malacca Strait. And needless to say, it doesn't get much better. Beautiful, beautiful area. Just magic. We're now about 600 miles from Singapore, and we've pretty much finished the infamous Malacca Strait without any problem. But the top of Malaysia and Thailand are by far the most beautiful. Now we're looking at Ko Phi Phi Don, which is a place where they get bird nests for bird nest soup. We'll head over there tomorrow. And this is Ko Phi Phi Don, which is supposedly one of the most beautiful islands in the world. Unfortunately, I see a cruise ship there. Several friends are up ahead. We've been sailing with. We'll head into that anchorage there. Beautiful beach in here, town. Resort. I've got dinner there, and a great anchorage. The Thailand seems filled with great anchorages. Caviar and Sequel are up ahead. We'll anchor in that group of boats. You probably know a few others in there as well. I think we'll spend a couple of days here. We'll celebrate Thanksgiving tomorrow. That'll be a big event. We've got a turkey cranberry sauce, stuffing. It'll be a big occasion. We'll do that with Sequel. Well, it's Thanksgiving morning. Quiet. And we're in Thailand. Still on our way to Phuket. We're in Ko Phi Phi Don, very pretty island, and that's Sequel right there, and we're going to have Thanksgiving dinner with them, turkey, cranberry sauce apparently, champagne, stuffing. It's a very pretty backdrop here, limestone, a lot of caves. It's a longboat, longtail you hear in the background, and this is really a lot of fun. Good spot. Cute little area. Not a gorgeous day. We'll do some diving later today, I think, depending upon our schedule. Out of all the longtails at the beach. Made a boat. Lovely beach here. Lovely spot. We'll be here a couple of days, I think, on our way to Phuket. We're in a longtail, a little noisy. Getting ready to do.
You want to look here?
Sure.
Yeah. Is that okay? 10 baht for one person.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we did. 10
These
baht.
are, yep.
One person.
I brought 50.
These,
Are there
this
other
is-
places we have to pay? Other? Only one? Yeah, one time here. But around the other side, is there another?
I've got
Yeah. No baht though. I guess maybe this is the only one.
these are birds' nests, where they get up and...
The bird nest, yeah. Yeah.
No, we def- into the cave where they get birds' nests, the birds' nest soup here in Thailand. It was all written up in National Geographic 3 or 4 years ago. Dramatic, gorgeous place. Well, I don't know how well this will come out, but it is absolutely magnificent. This cave is just huge. Now that's what they climb up inside this cave. And there's not enough light, I'm afraid, but they climb.
No. You can see more and more. The more you look, your eyes get accustomed.
through my dark glasses, I can't see a whole lot.
No, they don't pay them much, not enough, but they climb up there and harvest birds' nests.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, they work up these bamboo lattice works and work the ceiling. Magnificent cave. Well, I don't think I'd want to live here too long, Sandy.
No.
Looks a little rough.